That sucks. My game crashed. Well, you know it's not a Bethesda game until it crashes. I don't know what causes it, but it's something within the application itself. It was doing this before the mods too, so I don't think they can patch it out or fix it. Yeah, I crashed. Sorry, the game crashed. You know, it's not a Bethesda game until it does. Those games always have that problem. They always crash, at least once a day.
Need a ride?
I had siblings, luckily.
Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off. You ever met one of them cats?
Having siblings is very beneficial for kids. I know that for sure. Granted, they get on your nerves and they're paying your ass, depending, give or take, but they do help you. Or at least, that's how it should be. Oh, you had sisters? Older or younger sisters?
Hey, watch it.
Because depending on your sisters, if you have older sisters, that could have been a little more traumatic than you think, because they try to dress you up. Well, yeah, you do your own thing, but also you have a sibling thing. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they were both younger? Yeah, I have a little sister myself, and 2 younger brothers. We did our own thing, but we also had something that we all shared together that we did. Which was video games, but my little sister isn't. My little sister liked My Little Pony, Steven Universe, and manga, and I still went to find what she liked, and then I also watched it with her. Oh, you didn't? Yeah, I actually purposely looked for what she liked, and then I shared that interest with her, so she had someone to share it with. I mean, her version of My Little Pony for her generation was way better than that nightmare fuel we had for my generation. That shit was terrifying. Care Bears and My Little Pony back in my day were just god-awful. Steven Universe wasn't bad. I watched that with her too every time a new episode came on. We all played video games together though. That was one of the big shared interests. Yeah, that kind of stuff happens. You kind of have to go out of your way to find some common interests to share.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go?
But sometimes it's beneficial if you actually do go out of your way. Especially if you're the oldest sibling. You go out of your way to find what they are interested in, you know, do it with them so they can share that interest with someone. Though you don't want to be too much. Just a TV show or a small hobby. Everyone in my family could do art, so everyone did that. That was more just a family thing. We also had game night, where we played board games and stuff together, as a whole family. Especially with my grandma, when she would come by and visit. We would have game night. We would pull out the Monopoly or some other board game and we would play it for a few hours. Yahtzee was a big one. Monopoly, Uno. There's a few others. Scrabble. Get you wrong, I always treasure having time to myself because it game time to think. It gave time to think and reflect on things. Yeah, everyone needs alone time to process information. My mom just texted me I had to take out the trash and walk it up the roadway. Yeah, every other weekend. That sounds about right. I saw my dad when he remembered that he had kids. Since I'm not the only kids he's had. Apparently I have a half-brother, older half-brother somewhere. I never met him. My younger brother did, but... Also, I have a young... Because by the time I was born, he was already in his 30s. Or in his 20s. He was way older. Yeah. My dad liked to drink too. To an excessive amount. My mom would barely drink one beer because she doesn't like the taste. But my mom's never been drunk a day in her life. Neither has my grandma. As far as I know. Or as far as she says. But I bet you she probably had one time she probably did get drunk. Because there's no way in hell you drink and not find out what your limit is. You find out by getting drunk what your limit of alcohol tolerance is. That's how you find out to begin with. Really? Usually it's the opposite effect. Usually kids that are adopted don't like being alone. On average. Though granted, most people I know aren't on the average side of things.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off. Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to right.
You didn't feel like you belonged, but you try to find ways to be alone. I think that's just guys in general. I believe most men are just like that and are drawn to being alone from time to time. Why? I don't know. Just something guys do. Hell, guys could turn off our brains and just shut off and go blank for hours on end. And then turn right back on like nothing happened. Hell, I turn off my brain when I'm doing chores just to get through them without thinking. Mindlessly just doing my work. And then when I'm done with it, I turn my brain turns itself back on and I go back to doing what I want to do. Yeah, because my mom was not a normal girl growing up. She was a tomboy, country girl tomboy, and she likes to be more alone and away from people. She's not very sociable. She's had one friend for 40 years. Though granted, the kids at her school were little sociopaths. Because her childhood was not pleasant. But she came out pretty stable.
Something troubling you? And here's the spoils. Plenty more where this came from. Best of all, I think it's nice to shake off the cobwebs and get things rolling again. Keep this up, and I can see a bounty headed our way.
Didn't muck it up, I hear. Good. I handled... If you don't like that kind of work, talk to Delvin. Every now and... If that means breaking it. Feel like doing a bit of shopping? Good. Just remember the order. Do job first, get drunk second.
Need some
Now
gold.
take this and go.
I had. If breaking's a more your thing, go talk to Veg. Most of you'll feel like doing a bit of writing. Just keep your eyes open and your mouth shut and you'll do fine. Let me give you the details.
Yeah, I'll have to go take out the trash and walk it up the driveway, which is half a block on its own. Repeatedly. Saw a video of two girls talking about what guys could do, and one of them, the fact that guys can empty their minds, if that makes sense. Yes, it does make sense, because we can empty our minds.
Exotic ingredients, I have them all.
I believe that being able to empty our minds is probably a defense mechanism, if anything. They were like guys can do that thing about think about nothing. Yes, we can actually do that. We can think about absolutely nothing in this little head. I believe it's a great defense tool, if anything, mentally. You get your arm sliced open, you can go blank. You can turn off your brain and the nerves and the pain can start to subsiding a little bit until you get help. Or until your body goes into enough shock to, you know, the pain to subside once the body starts kicking in. It is a superpower for sure. Where I believe women's brains can think of 100 things at once and keep track of all that. Maybe that was the point. Our brains are set up differently on purpose for that very reason. Because men take more of the jobs that ends up getting us hurt, mangled, dismembered, and God knows what else. Kind of need the ability to turn off.
Steal any? I suppose you want your share now. I bet you are. Which one do you want? Sure. Fine. Just keep it clean. Here you go.
That's why I was wondering if the guys being able to turn off our brain is more of a safety feature. That's why I always wonder if the man's brain is designed to turn off for that reason only. But we figured out how to do it whenever. It's more like we're practicing for when something really bad happens. Because remember back then, back in the old days, you probably got your arm bitten by a wild animal or attacked during wartime. Oh yeah, we're gonna scream like little babies when we do feel it, but if we can turn it off by then, we should be fine. I have to go take out the trash before my mom pops a hernia or something. And then I gotta walk the trash can up the road for tomorrow for it to be dumped by the garbage man. But I'll go into my house so my character's safe for the time being. Oh, by the way, I did put in her pockets, she does have the armor here. I did get it in there. Because I found if I put it in their pockets and give them the right stuff, they will wear it. Maybe. I'm still trying to figure out how to get them to do that. I got it to do it once, but for the life of me, cannot figure out how to do it again. So I'll just put my character here and then take out the trash real quick. Hi, kitty. And then be right back. That should take about 5 minutes or less. I'm not too damn slow. Just gotta get my shoes on. Okay, I walk in and then the ladies are looking at me. What'd I do? My guy's just like, yes? What?
This house of yours is wondrous. The gold is flowing nicely. Here, this is from a recipe my people have passed on to me. I can cook another tomorrow.
I believe that people with disabilities always have high pain tolerance. I wonder if it's because we've been injured a lot. And we kind of developed the high tolerance to pain. For that reason. I mean, my pain tolerance is ridiculous. It's ridiculously high because all the surgeries. The needles, the poking. 18 scars on my body now? Permanently etched into my skin. From use over and over and over. I mean, yeah, you could hit my body with a chainsaw quickly and then pull it out. And I'll probably go, it hurts, and then immediately stand up and walk to the hospital. Like it was nothing. Genetics? That could be it. Genetics does play a good 90% of the part of why a lot of stuff happens. Why you're able to do a lot of stuff.
Climbing back and we'll be off. Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to right run from all glory.
Genetics determines 90%. 10% is, I believe 10% is all based off nurture. Again, what is normal? Other than probably what the majority of society is. And the majority of society cannot tolerate large amounts of pain. Unless you're a masochist. They have high tolerance to pain too, but their pain is a little different. I mean, I'm not normal either. I'm just really weird. I couldn't stand kids my own age growing up either. The answer to that question is what the majority of society is. That's what's considered normal. If the majority of society is a certain way, they consider that normal, where not normal is the people who do not fit within that description.
You know you can afford a septim or two. Spare some gold. Can you spare a septim? Lost an eye during the Great War, or I'd earn it. What? You see a man falling on hard times, and you think he's been like that forever? I was there. I fought in the Great War. I was on the field at Anvil. And when I was struck down, they left me. You understand? They left me for dead. I didn't leave them. Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart. It's best you leave me be.
My grandma also taught me, so my grandpa taught me that everything you're told in the world is only partial information. You'll never truly know all of it. Just like you'll never know a person completely. My sneak skill's maxed out. That's my sneak skill, and the mark means I legendaried it, which means it's level 200. I've already maxed it out. Never mind that. It's easier than you think to max out all your stuff. How do you think I've been doing the Thieves Guild stuff so well? Ah, master locks are such a pain. I have also a mod that just makes it where you gain XP a little faster. I think it's a ×2 multiplier. Don't worry about the lockpicks I'm breaking. Even if I do 1,000 I break, I already have about 2,000 of them in my pocket. And I can craft them, so... That's why my smithing is maxed out too. God damn it. One of the mods I have automatically lets me make lockpicks as part of smithing. I think it's the unofficial patch that just repairs what was broken in the game, patches it, and then lets you access it like you were supposed to anyways. Apparently crafting lockpicks was supposed to be a thing in the game, no matter what. But I think they upped the amount you can make at a time, because you're only supposed to be able to make 5 at a time. And the game, and this lets me make 25 at a time per bar. So, yeah, it is the best way to do smithing at that point, though, just to make lockpicks, because each lockpick costs a single gold coin. Though there always was a better way of, there was an old original vanilla version, a way of getting smithing where you get transmute, buy iron ingots, and then you make them into silver, then you make them into gold, and then you smith gold rings.
Where do you want to go?
That was the vanilla version.
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
And the vanilla version worked out just fine too. But I think this is just a better way of doing it.
You ever met one of them cats?
Yeah.
Khajiit, I think they called themselves. I hear this whole...
It makes sense, because they break so easy and the coloration of the metal would be iron. If it was steel, they wouldn't break that easy. Steel lockpicks would not break hardly at all, in reality. Those things are what we make our lockpicks out of nowadays, so... I love my shiv, my legendary shiv. I haven't leveled up in a while because my character's getting so strong. My fishing pole, my knife, my pickaxe, my legendary shiv of death. Just a piece of metal with on it, and my woodcutter's axe, which is legendary as well. What's weird about The weapons I'm using is the way the game considers them in the file is different. A woodcutter's axe counts as a battle axe for weird reasons, and a pickaxe counts as a dagger. And so does a shiv. But the shiv makes sense, but why is the pickaxe considered a dagger? Shouldn't the pickaxe be considered a mace at least? Or an axe? But it should be considered as a mace, right? Or a two-handed weapon. Well, that could be saying that the woodcutter's axe. But they're all one-handed weapons to boot, so... I get this weird way of setting up my character. Also, I took someone out with a fishing pole. Yeah, but not for combat. Yeah, you needed to chop wood, but not chop a person. I don't know. It's the exact same thing. It just works. Yeah. Though the shiv does have a special, what do you call it, animation for taking a person out that's different from the daggers. But the problem is it doesn't really show up often, is where it lets you grab them and stab them in the back to take them out, where a dagger goes across the neck. Which this shiv does sometimes
Need
too.
a ride?
Which confuses
Where do you
me.
want to go?
How is my shiv sharp enough to do that?
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
When it shouldn't be.
Oh, steady.
It's like, how did my shiv just do that? It's a piece of wonky metal. It's not sharp at all. It's more of a piercing weapon. Yet, it acts like a sharp blade. If anything, my knife makes more sense to do that than my shiv. Because it's an actual knife. Granted, its max damage output is only 5, and you can never sharpen it. Haha, shiv. I'm finally at the strength where I can assassinate people, though. For the Dark Brotherhood, I needed to be able to do that. Though what's funny is, in the Dark Brotherhood's main quest line, as you're taking people out, there's ways of taking them out without you needing to attack them. You can use the environment to take people out in general. There's a way to do that for all the contracts with the main story. You could drop a gargoyle on the bride. That's a thing. They don't even know what happened after that. Because technically, you didn't do anything. It just so happens to be an unfortunate accident. You can poison the king, or what is considered the fake king. Where's the fun in that? Watching a gargoyle fall on a woman on a wedding day is kind of hilarious. Sort of like an act of God, but you're the one standing up there knocking it slightly loose enough for it to fall. It's like, yeah, God says no. Squish. I'm playing God.
Out with it. Here's your gold. Try not to spend it all in one place.
Why am I not getting any special missions? I've done tons of missions in all the holds. And I haven't been caught.
Yeah? Good job. Now, here's your part of the deal. Find me if you're ever looking for some extra coin.
The Dark Brotherhood quest is in Oblivion. Had a few you could do that with. Yeah, but you could do it all in this
Still
one.
have quite a good bit of spare time. Brynjolf's been getting on to me about money.
Okay, I'm gonna start doing the thing where you pick, until you
Got lots of
get them to give you
bloody
your
good
quest
time.
you want.
All right, got a simple
can't keep
one.
doing this
Here's
forever.
everything you need. You get cool, and we've never heard of you.
I might have to reload a lot. So. See, Riften. No, the mods. What's weird about the mod is the mods is supposed to prevent me getting any Riften ones. You see, the mod itself is supposed to prevent any quests of Riften at all, but it's not working.
Still have quite a good bit of spare time. Bryn, have a client. Look at that. Here's everything you need.
But if I control
You
what
get cool,
quests I get,
but we've never
it's a
heard of
lot
you.
easier. Nope, I already did Solitude. I wonder if that's it. Oh no, the special quests will show up, but I think it's because I'm doing missions in other parts, in other holds, the game's not registering it correctly.
Looking for work. Great. Would you would?
I want to test
This
this out.
business
If it
is
is
a
what
wreck.
I think it
Here's
is,
everything you
then I'm
need.
going to have to control
You get
what
cool.
missions they give me.
But we've never heard of you.
This is the problem with the Thieves Guild people have, is this right here. The secondary. See, Solitude. I've already completed Solitude. Therefore, I need them to give me the ones I don't have. Which will cause me to reload until they give me missions of holds I don't have. By Skyrim being Bethesda game.
Got lots of job. Spare time. Bryn, got a personal request. Just keep your eyes open and your mouth shut and you'll do fine. Let me give you the details.
There's 2 places I can't go to so far. Okay, I could do Whiterun. Okay, I could do a White one. White one's fine. I could do that. And then I go to her. I quick save. This is how you did it in the vanilla version too. This works in the vanilla version. This is how you get the game to undo any of the issues.
Need a few... Okay, what'll it be? Got a shop owner with a very... Here, just don't make me look like an ass.
They don't tell you where you're going before they give it to you, though. That's the sad thing. It'd be easier if they go, I have the... Okay, I can do Windhelm and Riften. I can do those both. I could do that. That's fine. Because I remember one time I was doing this, picking and choosing, and I got all 4 special ones to go off simultaneously. So I had all 4 special missions active at once. And that was weird. Because I was going from one hold to another, completing them all. Completing the entire Thieves Guild in about 30 minutes. Just because I controlled the missions. Yeah, it's just the way the game works. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? If there's a bug, you can exploit it. See, because look at all the work, all the missions I've done. Look at them all. Look at all these. These are all the same. Look at that. That's gonna get me nowhere. Not unless I control the outcome. Here, let me just unmark miscellaneous, just to be on the safe side. Okay. Do what you gotta do, dude. Just in case. The game's fun and all. Good stories, good side quests. Once in a while you get duds. You're gonna get dud ones when they give you so much to do. Not everyone can be bangers. Hence why Yakuza games are great, but a lot of them are repeat type of side quests that they repeated, but they do it slightly different. But you start to pick up on it after your 7th game.
Climbing back and we'll be off.
Because you're going to get a lot of repeats. And some of them are going to be short, simple, and to the point, where some are going to drag on for ages.
I hear this whole...
Hell, some side quests are just as long as the main quest. Which is kind of fun in that aspect, but you don't want them to be all like that. You like some sweet and simple ones, and some complicated ones, and some... I guess mid ones are nice, just to fill your pockets. I remember once I was doing so many damn Thieves Guild missions, my character had about 2 trillion gold. Freaking was rich as hell. And that's when I realized I was gonna have to control the flow of the quest list to prevent any more issues. Apparently I have to do that again. But apparently everyone does this anyways, so... all I'm doing is what everybody else does just to get this over with. Because this would take another 2-3 days at this rate. I get it, they wanted to give you something that's repeatable, that would benefit you as a player, but this is too much repeating. It's good, but a little too grindy. They should just had it where completing missions would unlock the special ones over time. And that's it. It would just happen over time. Didn't matter, it should not matter which ones you do. It should have been, oh, our guild's getting notoriety and someone wants to talk to you about a special job, and then you just keep completing the side missions, period, no matter which ones you took. Would have been a better option. That way, over time, you would get it done. It's the same for games like Overwatch, too, where it says you have to play 60 games or win 30. Which one do you think is going to end faster? I hate to tell you, it's not the winning 30. Because you can go on a losing streak that takes days. Where just playing 60 games would eventually finish. Which would mean I would rather play the 60 games than actually have to deal with winning 30. Because sometimes you just won't win for a while. Even if you're going 40-0, you can still end up losing. Meaning what you need to do to achieve said necessary requirement may take longer than just grinding it out. That's why when it says Ramatra, you must win 35 games as a tank or a flex role queue, and I'm going, that sucks. I'd rather just take 60 games. Just play 60 games. I'd rather take that. Thank you. Then I know if I'm losing, I'm still not, you know, not the end of the world. I'm still progressing towards the new character. Well, for new players anyways. I'm Overwatch. I've been playing for about... Overwatch is almost 8 years old now, so almost 8 years on Overwatch. So I've been around Overwatch 1, and I had all the characters.
Need a ride?
But finding new players that are struggling because the game developers don't understand how should I put this? Develop a game correctly anymore. These new people they have in there are wet behind their ears and just not quite capable yet to understand what they're doing is what they're doing wrong. Hey, welcome back. Hey, going my own way, I gotta ask you a question. Do you play games like Overwatch? Or grindy games like that? Overwatch 2? Or games that require you to unlock characters? And mostly RPGs? I was wondering to ask you, which would you prefer? Win 35 games or just play 60 games? To unlock a character in a game like in a fighter game or a shooter game. Would you prefer the 35 wins or the play 60 games, but if you win it counts as 2 points instead? Well, the ones that say 35 wins you have to win to progress. 60, or just play 60 games, but if you win it counts as 2.
Let me know if you want anything. I think I've got a clean mug around here.
Because the way Overwatch has its system set up right now, if you want to unlock the tank Ramatra, well, it's a first-person. They're PvP games where you have to play other people, not AI. And for you to unlock a new character, the game says you must win 35 games against other people. And playing the role to unlock the character is, let's say, a tank role. You have to play the tanks. And you have no control over your teammates or who you're fighting with. They're all randoms every time. Would you prefer the win 35 games? You have to win to have it count for 1 point. Listen, you have to win. You have to win for 1 point. Or just play 60 games and a single win gives you 2 points. But if you just lose anyways, you still get only 1 point. Which one would be better to you to unlock that character? And you really want this character.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off.
Because he's meta. Exactly. You would rather play the 60 games knowing full well that it could be done in what? An hour, hour and a half, a couple hours just playing the game. Even if you're losing, you're getting 1 point. But if you win, you get 2, so it goes by twice as fast. But if you force a player to win, where you have to win to get 1 point to get this character unlocked, players will hate it because you're with randoms most of the time and you have no way of winning sometimes. There's sometimes where you will lose no matter how good you play. And that's the big problem with a lot of these PvP games, that the devs don't understand, or the CEOs, why the players are not having fun if you're making us grind like that. Players do not want to feel like their time is being wasted. Players want to feel like they're always progressing, always achieving something every day, even if that one thing was a free loot box. Getting that one loot box per day playing Overwatch was more than enough for me in Overwatch 1 to play every day just to earn my one loot box. Then I would open it, see what I got, and if I didn't get nothing and it gave me the gold instead for the doubles I've got, I would go into the shop and then go into the hero select or whatever it is and then buy something for the gold I've earned for the duplicates, and then keep opening the free loot boxes to get free stuff, and any money I earned from that I would spend on getting new stuff unlocked. So I would get something every day. There was daily progression. If my time is being wasted, I want it to be me wasting my time because I want to. Yes, exactly. And I think that's what's happened to Overwatch 2, is you are not getting anything for your time.
Back with good... Fine. I guess you'll need your coin then.
Pull up a seat. Have a drink. Here's your share. Well done. Because any more work than the likes of you.
That's why I'm playing Skyrim. I'm wasting my time doing something I like to play.
Need some gold.
I even stopped streaming Overwatch. I'll go on Overwatch to do my dailies now, and that's it. I could do it in about 2-3 games. I can complete all my dailies. Easy. And then I don't unlock anything or buy anything because there's not enough coin in the game.
Great.
To give me anything of value to
looking to have a rival's good. Here's your assignment.
I can do Markov. Gotta reload because she gave me a Riften one. I mean, I look at the Overwatch 2 game, and I've actually helped balance games before, and what they're doing is not balancing it at all. They're making it less fun, more grindy, less
Take your pick.
progression every time they keep messing with it like this.
Someone with connections to our... All right, take this and get out of here.
And they need to stop doing that. If they desire, I'll go. They can fly me to the devs that are working on Overwatch 2. Fly me there, feed me, and give me a place to sleep, and I'll have your game fixed in less than a week. I'll balance that thing easily. There's only one problem: is the game is hitting the point of unbalance will become balance. Once a game hits over 40 characters, the game's balance becomes unbalanceable. Where how do I put this easily for people to understand? The way to balance a game that hits 40 characters or more is to make the characters unbalanced on purpose. I kid you not. Unbalanced becomes balanced after 40 characters in a video game. That is an actual thing. The other thing I hate is trying to see how much money they can get out of players before they quit. That's exactly what a lot of modern games have become. Diablo has become that. Overwatch became that. Mortal Kombat became that. They want you to pay money for a fatality. I kid you not, a fatality. That's it. You're paying money for a fatality. In a game that's based on fatalities. And martial arts combat. And fantasy fighting. Yes, exactly. That is not a game. That's not how games work. Oh, Fallout 76 got the ultimate punishment for that. The player base left. ESO, yeah. Warframe. Warframe's bad with that too, but at least in Warframe you can earn it for free if you grind long enough. I mean, I had a lot of high-powered crap unlocked in Warframe for free. To the point I had Limbo at maxed out infinite time stop. So, at least Warframe you can manage. And I know, have you not noticed all those games are either dying or dead as punishment from the gaming community? That we left it behind to rot as a warning. Do not pull this stunt. We will not pay money into this. We will not give you anything. Modern Warfare is also a dying game company because of the microtransactions they're trying to do. They're trying to make Modern Warfare into Fortnite.
Need a ride?
Which will not work.
All right. I can take you to... Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off.
You put 3,000 plus hours into Fallout 76 before I quit that I can't get back. Yep. Time lost is time lost. The ultimate price you pay for something you may not get back. Your time is more valuable than all the money in the world. And that's what you have to choose wisely what you do with it, because it's finite and you don't get any more. But you can't always just think that your time is like too much, though. You have to be reasonable with the value of your time. Can't tell a person, well, my value of my time is $1 trillion an hour. It's like, yeah, that's not gonna work. I'm sorry. If you're gonna flip burgers, I'm sorry, but your time is only gonna be worth about $12 an hour. It's a remedial, mind-numbing, repetitive job, yes, but you're not straining yourself flipping burgers. You're giving up just time because you want a quick $12 an hour. Yeah, the grinding in games is okay if there was something to grind for.
Traveling in. Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off.
See, I'm grinding in this game because I know I'm upgrading the guild. I wouldn't do it otherwise. I want what the guild provides me. I want those shops. I want what they sell. So I'm going to grind for them, knowing at the end of my grind I am getting something for it. Also, I like the story. I like the storyline. Yeah, especially when you could duplicate. When people figured out the duplicating in Fallout 76, it was over. That whole economy collapsed and nothing mattered in the game whatsoever. And the RNG collapsed too once you figure out duplication. They even tried to ban players that were using duplication. But there was one big problem with that. That was their entire player base. So they would have to pick and choose who was allowed to stay and who was kicked out. Even if the player never duplicated, the fact you touched something that was duplicated could get you banned. Skyrim is a different type of grinding that I don't mind. Yeah, it's a grinding that keeps you occupied. You're occupied, but you know you're going to get something for this grind. It's not the end of the world. I'm achieving something. I'm earning something with this grind. I'm getting the shops unlocked so I can go and buy the things I want from those shops. I'm also making the guild more strong, making the guild better to boot. Also, it gives you a really good set of armor that I'll never wear, but I still want it. The Thieves' Master armor is really good. Also, it counts as towards helping Riften if you want to become a the thing I am now. That gives you a house Carl and stuff. The Thieves Guild counts towards that. Oddly enough, I don't know why it does, but it does. Maybe because you're helping. Yeah, Thane. You can become a Thane helping the Thieves Guild. Which is ironic if you think about it, but still. Still counts, somehow. And I'm good with that. And my character could use the money. Kind of. I have 52,000 gold. I don't think I need any more money because I could pay for every house in the game now.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off.
I started the game without a penny to my name, and now my guy has 50,000 gold in his pocket. And hundreds of millions of gold value in his house. I am well off now in the game. I don't have to worry about money issues ever. Because the Thieves Guild grants that stability quickly in the game. Oh yeah, I gotta do this part. You have to do this every time you do YouTube or TikTok or Twitch or whatever you're doing online. Where you have to say to like, subscribe, blah blah, YouTube's usual bullshit, you know, that sort of thing. Because if you don't, people don't do it. Thieves Guild is okay. I like the College of Winterhold and Dark Brotherhood, and the companions can go piss off. Oh, it's a thief. Wait, she's a mage? Note to self, never piss off the woman who practices alchemy. Maven Blackfire's a goddamn mage! Hey, dum-dum. How the hell did you get caught? And you stole nothing but garbage! Oh, that's a nice thing. That's it? You suck at your job.
Get out of my way.
That guy got murked. I didn't even know Maven Blackfire was that powerful. No, I've never seen her fight. Ever. That's the first time I've ever seen her fight in my 18 playthroughs. I mean, for God's sakes, this is my 8th disc. I've played it so much, I burnt up my discs. Because I've always wanted to try everything. Hell, I did play the game once where I completed and found everything in the game. That only took a few years, but always find myself restarting after a while. Maybe because I just got too powerful and it got boring. When you could pull a fucking infinite Kamehameha out your ass, it kinda kills it.
Out with it. You did the job and you did it clean. That's all we ever ask. Enjoy the gold.
Something troubling you? Ooh, nicely done. Here's your share. Hey, this guild got lots of jobs up, alright?
Ready for some work, or are you just gonna want... Okay, what'll it be? Someone with connections to our guild wants us to hit the... Good. Here's what you need to do.
Good, Windhelm. Both of them are in Windhelm. Yeah, I've never seen her fight. Usually she's always never around for that, which is weird. You'd think I would have. Of all the chances, what are the odds? I wonder if kids grow up to be good because we had hard times to get through.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off. This'll clear up soon. I'm sure of it.
That's what I find weird, though. Is I truly believe that because we suffered as kids, we grew up and became more mature quicker and stable. Where nowadays I see people that are so goddamn entitled, who demand everything. And it's like, dude, you're lucky to be alive. You shouldn't be demanding anything, really. Nothing in life is guaranteed, including being alive. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, or succeeds the second time around. My grandpa was a smartass. I got that from him. He was the closest thing I had to a male father figure. He was strong, quiet, built like a fucking brick shithouse, and 6'2", completely nothing but muscle. Big motherfucking man. And he was the quiet type, as far as I knew. Apparently he was a lot more strict with my mom and her brother, my uncle. But my uncle was a real piece of work. Yeah. Got in trouble a lot. Damn it. I mean, that's the one thing you could say about your dad is, I learned from my dad what not to be. That's probably the only thing. Yeah. We kind of both had the same childhood almost. There were some differences though. You learn one thing from bad fathers, what not to do. That's probably the only positive you learn from them. It's like, don't be like that. Got it. Well, my grandpa raised his voice once. And only once I've ever heard him raise his voice. And it wasn't even my name he called, and I jumped. You learned a few other things, but that's it. Yeah. I learned nothing from my dad but what not to do. Which is amazing since I only remember seeing him 5 times. And all 5 times were terrible.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
This guy is an Imperial spy, by the way. I love that. I love environmental storytelling. Is great. reminds me, I need to do my laundry at some point today when the washing machine's open. But it's being used right now. It'd probably be used for the next 9 hours.
We don't want your kind here.
I think I just bumped into a person, but it's hard to tell with it being that dark in that area. Technically, you can learn from anything at any point in time if you're paying attention. Fall off the roof? You learn how not to stand on the roof anymore. What happened to kids learning to not... When a kid sticks a fork in the light socket, you know what the kid learns? Don't put metal in the light socket. For the love of God, don't. It hurts. That's the lesson you learn. But some people just don't learn. They're like, oh, that hurt. Let me do it again. What the... Huh? How did you not just not learn from that interaction? And that's when we laugh at you because you just did something stupid repeatedly.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off. You'll want to watch yourself in Riften. A lot of ways to get yourself in trouble in that town.
Whatever happened to kids learning the hard way, though? Nowadays, everyone's being overly protective or crazy. It's the best way to sum it up. They're like, my kid's perfect and not done anything bad. Your kid just stole a car. What are you talking about? But they're a good kid. No, they're not. Apparently, you're not doing your parenting duties. Which may involve a belt. Yeah, I know. They just do not accept reality anymore. And reality don't care if you accept it or not, because reality will drill it into your head one way or another. And reality don't care. That's what always confused me. And why I can't stand humans in general. There's some things that are just unbreakable laws in nature. Biology is one of them. Until we can break down the human genetic DNA structure and rebuild it, there is no way to change DNA. The internet's fine. I just think it's a tool that can be used for good or bad. Just like a sword. It's double-edged in every sense of the way. You can hurt yourself with it, or you can you hurt others, or you can help. A lot more negatives than positives, I noticed. Social media has always existed before the internet. It's just gotten more easier to get social.
Well, and with no strings attached. Not bad. Here, got some coin for you.
Social media is great if you only use it with family. And only family.
So, here's your share. Well done.
I wouldn't recommend social media with randoms.
Great. what you would have done.
Unless you've met him in real life.
Okay, gotcha. Now that's what I like to hear. Off you go.
I'm the kind of person who made a Twitter account just to be a smartass all day. Oh yeah, I could live without it easy.
I bet you are. Which one do you want? Sure. A client... Whatever. Just get it done. Here's the job.
I mean, I didn't have a phone till I was 22. Think about that, society. Think about that. How did I survive without a phone until I was 22?
Got plenty.
And hell, I still don't use it much.
Sure. A client's relative lost this item in a gambling match, and they're paying us to get it back. So much for fair play, huh? Good. Just remember the order. Do job first, get drunk second. Now take this and go.
You close it?
Ready
Well,
for
you're
some
putting
more,
it
or
in
you're just gonna
the
wander
backwards way.
around all day? Got more than you can handle. The owner of this place Here. Just don't make me look like an ass in front of the guild and mess it up.
Yeah, all that social media pointed out was the fact that a lot of people fall for lies easy. That's for sure. Like the news. The news has been lying for God knows how long. And people are just now noticing. And it's like, yeah, the news doesn't get all the correct information. Not only that, they are wrong 90% of the time about everything.
Ready for some work? Okay, what'll it be? Jeet Caravan brought this shop a nice piece. Here, just don't make me look like an ass in front of the guild and mess it up.
Come on. She's just giving me Riften and Solitude repeatedly. For some reason.
Ready for some work, or you... Okay, what'll it be?
Yeah, they just think people will fall for it, like a bunch of suckers.
Relative lost this Good. Here's what you need to do.
The only problem is, social media did help point that out. So, oh my god! For the god, last dang Vex, give me somewhere else.
Need a few... Got plenty. Take your pick. Sure. A client... Fine. Just keep it clean. Here you go.
Please don't let it be this. Oh my god, this game's gonna drive me nuts.
Need a few spares? I bet you are. Which one? Oh, good timing. The people in this... Fine. Just keep it clean. Here you go.
There we go. For the love of God. But I have a mod that's supposed to prevent me from getting those missions. But it's not working apparently. Riften, baby. Well, at least I finally got 2 missions in Markoth. Why haven't they given me a special one yet, though? That's the thing. I'm getting all bugged up over here. Because this is what people hate about the Thieves Guild, is this. I think that's what confused me about when I heard that they were going to stop misinformation, when that means all information is misinformation if you think about it. And keep it as long as we possibly can, that may not be completely accurate.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off. Get up there.
The mods never stopped me from getting the special quests, though. Not that I've known. Not of the 18 times I've played. It might just be the fact if I do a Solitude or Riften mission, it might reset it, for all I know. That's why I'm doing it this way, to see if it changes it. Because if it reset every time I completed a Riften or Solitude one, then I would have to start from round 1. But if I'm doing it this way, making sure I don't complete a Solitude or Riften one, it might be. Always the first when it comes to mods. True. But this is the unofficial patch. And the unofficial patch is literally the closest thing you're going to get to an actual good patch. I don't know why they just don't make the unofficial patch an official patch and keep it in as a whole.
The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and clean rooms.
How many times have I changed this guy's ledger? Well, one way to find out is me doing it this way, and if it does give me a special quest, then it's exactly as I thought. Why would Bethesda do that? To take credit for actually fixing their game. They can take credit for, hey, we finally got a patch that works for you guys here, and it's the unofficial patch. They just made it made it official, and all they would have to do is put the name of the people who made the actual thing in the end credits of the game, and none would be the wiser. It's very easy to manipulate like that. Humans are very manipulatable, and it's easy to do, sadly. Oh. Todd Howard joking about how hard the Bethesda games had bugs. Yeah, I remember that. Some bugs did become features, though. The best accident ever in video games was ragdoll physics. That was a complete and utter accident that I would always want in video games since it was added. I just enjoy watching the bodies flop around. It is so much fun. And also the space program, Skyrim space program, that's a bug where a giant sends your body ragdolling straight up into space. That was a bug turned into a feature because people really liked it. And it was one less bug for them to have to repair. Because some bugs do become features if the bug is not game breaking. And it's just stupid. Just something stupid that happens. It's like, oh, look at him go! Whee! But I think they took that motto, it just works, and bugs as a feature, and thought of it and decided to do it a little too much. We still want a polished game, but we don't want you to polish a turd. You can at least find a rock and put it in the rock tumbler for us for a little bit. It might not be as shiny, but at least it's not a turd.
Traveling in the reaches. Where do you want to go? Climbing back and we'll be off. I might have to stop and get myself a pint at Blackbriar Mead while I'm in Riften. It's worth the trip all by itself.
You polish a turd, it's still a turd. It's just a cooler, nicer looking turd. Skyrim's the equivalency of someone taking their gravel from the driveway and throwing it into a rock tumbler and going, hey, there's some shiny ones in here that after it's done tumbling for a while. And you're like, ah, some of this is nice looking, and the rest of it looks like crap. But hey, at least it's not a turd, and that's what matters. I mean, gamers have some low-ass standards. Well, real gamers have low standards. Graphics, not a big deal. It's called an art style for a reason. But the game better function and have a good story to tell me, and a good world to enjoy, and good characters. Everything else could be optional. You can make a game about stick figures and we'll play it. Oh wait, they did. Not Bethesda, but a lot of people made games that had stick figures, for God's sakes. That had incredible storytelling to them. And were entertaining as hell to play. And good mechanics. So the game worked, and was popular. Even though it was just stick figures. Or if it's cartoony. I mean, people like the Wind Waker, but I didn't like Wind Waker. Wind Waker is like my least liked game. If anything, I like what was it called? Twilight Princess is my favorite. Ocarina of Time is my second favorite. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, mid to me. I don't like breakable weapons like that. I already have enough games like that.
Back with good... Oh, you're back? I suppose you'll be wanting your pay then. You think you're finished? I've got plenty more where that came from.
So, all nicely done. Here's your share. Where are you off to? There's work to be done.
I know there's work to be done. I'm just saving before I ask for my missions.
Looking for work, alright? Anything in particular strike your fancy? This business is a regular... Now that's what I like to hear. Off you go.
So I'm testing the waters here. Markoth, good. I can do another Markoth. I've already completed 2 to 3 Markoth missions.
So, feeling loose? Okay, what'll it be? Just got a tip on this house. Here, just don't make me look like an ass in front of the guild and mess it up.
Nope, can't do Solitude. Completed Solitude already. Got reload. I think what's happening is because they give me a Solitude one or a Riften one, and if I do it, it resets it. Which is not good.
Ready for some work?
So I have to make sure
Which one do you want?
I don't get those
Good
ones.
timing. Here you go. Hope you don't muck it up.
Hope you give me one that's not I've already done. Windhelm. I could do that. Windhelm and Markoth. Got it. This would be the third Markoth one, and the fourth Windhelm one? The fourth or fifth one? Or third? Hard to tell. I've lost count after a while. Though I could always just, you know, do this. See. Markoth, 1, 2... 3. See, right here, I did a Solitude one right here, and that reset me. This probably reset my missions. Right here, the one that says, in Solitude. So I've done 1 White Rum, 2 White Rum, 1 Windhelm, 1 Markoth, 3 White Rum, 2 Windhelm, 3 Windhelm, 2 Markoth, 3 Markoth. Yeah. That's how the game's keeping track. Is the quest list. The quest list right there, the completion of the quest list is how they've been keeping track. And if I break it, break the list, it sets me up again. Did the game freeze up on you? Did the stream freeze up on you or something? You come back in and out? Because that happens sometimes. I think it's because I'm loading in a lot. I could just quick level is a thing I could do right now. In my illusion magic and alteration magic, I could legendarily max out easy. Funnily enough. Windhelm and Markoth. Got it. They're both about the same.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off.
Good, okay.
Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar, the red who came riding to right from old Rorix.
What's more amazing is how I'm able to do this off 600 kilobyte internet speed. That's it. I have 600 kilobytes of internet going right now. That's how bad my internet is. My God, I'm surprised dial-up didn't kill me as a kid. Because that old dial-up was slow. Reliable, but slow. Though I think Bethesda may need to make a new engine for their games. This one's good and all.
Horses. All day.
But their engine, they need a new one. It's time to retire this engine and make up a new one. Though that is hard and expensive to do. And I don't think the workers they have now are even capable of making a new engine, let alone using the one they have now. No offense to devs, there's some devs that probably could do it, but it requires a team of at least 3 to 5 to make a new engine. $10 if you want to get fancy. I think I figured out what's causing the issue with my Thieves Guild thing not acting as special quests is the quest list. It's what's keeping track. And if you break the list with something you've already fully completed, like Solitude or Riften, it resets it. And that's what I'm testing out right now. And if it's true, then I have to be very careful when picking these missions. And I will have to do the loading thing. So you see it right here. When I start going down the list here, it says Markoth. Markoth. Windhelm. Windhelm. This is how it's keeping track. Is this list right here of what I've completed. See where it says the heist job and it says Solitude? It broke the list. Right here because I've already completed Solitude, which means anything below this job right here does not count anymore. Which is why I've had issues, and I think that's what the bug is the fact that it uses that as a metric of finding out what you've completed or not.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off. You'd best hurry it up.
So, yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's the issue I'm having. So as long as I don't have any of them on my list, on my mission list, and it keeps a nice orderly fashion like it is now, the game will recognize, okay, he's done these. So I'll have to do another 5 for either one of the other 2 left each to get the special mission completed again, canceling out all the previous ones, and then I'm left with just one hole left where I have to complete 5 because the special missions are canceling out any progress you did before. Oh, ain't that a kick in the ass? Oh my god, is that how they did the repair job for the bug?
It's just the market travel. We should get back to work. You there, if you're here to trade, step up to the counter.
You need to leave.
Looks like I'm gonna have to wait. Because that's a scripted event in there. Okay. The store should be out now, actually open. If I get caught, it resets the progress too. I can't have the guards called on me. Okay, completed it. And I wasn't caught. Luckily. Now I just gotta check how many I've completed of each one. And this is, if this is number 5 on Markov, for mission wise, it will give me my special. Okay. 1 Markov, 2, 3, 4, okay, I only have 3 Markov done, so I'm in Whiterun. I have 1, 2, 3. Okay, I have 3 of Markov. How do I have 3 Whiterun? 4 Markov. How many Windhelms do I have? 1, 2, 3. Okay. I have 3 of 3 of 2 of them and 4 of 1 of them. So I'm close to getting a new special mission. The fact that it uses your quest list to keep track is what's causing the issue. Which is kind of stupid, but I can see why they decided to choose that. Anything below this mission don't count.
Traveling in. Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off. Oh, steady.
This is an interesting bug, and it's not a fixable one to boot. Not only would it be really hard to fix this bug, you would have to program a line of code to keep track of the missions for the game that doesn't use the quest list as the tracking marker. And then somehow implement it into the game without causing more issues. That right there is a nightmare of programming. Why did they use the quest list for this instead of programming a simple count as this many have been done, unlock special mission, this many been done, unlock special mission? But they should make it to where do any guild missions a certain amount. Well, video gaming and programming is something I like to dabble in and stuff like that. That's how come I've known a lot more stuff than most people do about it, because literally it's my only hobby is video games. So I got a little more in depth with how they're coded, programmed. I can't program for shit myself, but I do know how it works. I do know what I'm looking at. And I can figure it out. Then I could tell someone and they could put it in for me. But it's such a pain in the ass they did it this way. Instead of making it a total of missions done to unlock a special mission versus doing so many of a certain hold which is what caused the problem. If they would take out that code and replace it with a complete so many submissions for Thieves Guild to unlock special mission, grand total cost would be easier. Complete 100 missions to completely unlock all special missions, kind of thing.
Well, you done? Oh, you're back? Suppose you'll be wanting your pay then. Don't give up now. There's plenty of loot out there just right for the...
Pull up a seat. If you don't watch it, well, I actually start to respect you. Well done. Still have quite a good bit of... All right? Anything? Yeah, sure. Got a business on tap that could you... Good. Here's your assignment.
Where are you sending me first? I gotta check. Solitude, can't do it. I have to load. Anytime they give me Solitude or Riften, I must reload. It'll break up my list.
Good. My client. Alright. Got a simple.
You have a
need.
90% chance of giving me one I need. Will you please do that? Windhelm. I could do Windhelm. Okay. We're cooking now. We're cooking. I could do that. Where'd she go? Give me another Windhelm, or give me another Markov. Okay.
I have work if you've got the... Good. We could use the coin. Sure. A client's relative. All right. Take this and get out of here.
Whiterun. Okay, I could do Whiterun. The only downside to it is if it's the way I'm thinking it's set up, just getting a special mission wipes out all the progress of the other holds. But I will get a new special mission for it. And then I have to do another 5 for each hold again. Because it breaks up the list. Like a reset to the quest list. Which is a huge problem that needs to be fixed, but I don't think they know how to do that. I could explain it to someone that can program that, and they probably can get put in a quick hot fix, but it will not be a sure thing. Because that hotfix could end up breaking all the other quests. What a pain in the ass! Oh my god, I can't believe that's how they fixed the issue and gave it another issue. I mean, it's not much of an issue if you know. If you know about the issue like I do now, I can go around it and work my way to getting what I need anyways. But... ay. Because the vanilla has the same problem. The vanilla has this problem as well. This bug exists in the vanilla.
Where do you want to go?
And they tried to patch it out by doing it this way with the unofficial patch. But instead, it just created a different way of the same problem. And doing so did not fix the problem, but made it more manageable. If you noticed. Thank God I noticed! Dear Lord! This is a nightmare. If I knew a programmer, I could fix it. I would just have to explain to him that we would want to make it a grand total instead of a requirement. Where just completing side missions like burglary and chill and numbers and those submissions, just completing a number of them no matter what hold they are, by changing it from holds to just completion total to unlock these special mission lines would be a far better trade-off. Just completing a grand total. Because if it was just a grand total, it'd be a total of 25 missions need a total of 25 to get all special missions. But I guess they thought that would be too easy or something. Which is why they get this issue in the first place and why they chose you to have to go to each hold and complete so many of each hold to unlock the special mission instead of just a grand total, where the grand total would be better. But when you're programming a game of this size, you just don't think about it.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Oh, I am. I guess the devs thought doing only 25 missions to unlock all the special missions would be too short for the Thieves Guild, so they made it that way as sort of a thing. When probably they should have stuck to the idea of just making it a grand total. Damn, they did not think that through. Granted, though, this was made by people that are way more skilled than the new guys, the new kids that are coming into making games. It seems that the talented game makers are indie developers nowadays. It seems indie developers have way more skills than basic studios do nowadays. Which may be where all the talent is. Because the new guys aren't that good. They're wet behind the ears and they just got out of college and were taught to use a certain method that may no longer be valid. Or indie developers are learning methods constantly and probably are way more familiar with different things and can adapt.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go?
Well, they can adapt way
Climb
better
and back and we'll be off.
than the new kids.
Oh, steady.
It's more of a surprise this game functions at all with the way it was designed. And all, what is it? 200,000 voice lines in the game? And then stringing that up to actually work? In a time period where this was fairly new? Takes a lot more than you think. But also, by now they should know better. They should have improved upon it and actually gotten very skilled at it. But instead, you get these new kids who don't understand they have to adapt, and they didn't adapt. They just think it's going to be the same old, same old. But no, we needed you to adapt to improve upon what you learned. But only indie developers that seem to have gone to that length. Yeah, that's what I find weird is these old games hold up better than new modern ones. The CEO's greed and the devs not. Because your studio is a AAA studio, there's a level of quality it must uphold. Where an indie developer can get away with a lot more. Because it may just be a grand total of 2 or 3 people that made that game. But yet, somehow the quality's up there with the AAAs. And it's like, you're looking at AAAs thinking, how come 3 indie people could do so much better? Define must. Must as in, it has to give the same quality as all the other games they've previously made throughout the years. It must work, it must function, it must be a certain level of quality. Functionality. The game must not be this god-awful mess of pay us money for garbage. You said, I meant that as a joke. I mean that as a, you must do it. Joking aside. AAA has a, how should I put it? You don't go to a restaurant that's brand new and expect 5-star dining. You don't go to McDonald's and expect a filet mignon. You expect a cheapy ass cheeseburger. They have a level of quality you are aware of and that you expect from them at all times. And if you up that quality, it's got to stay at that level. And if it drops, we'll notice. We give some leeway to a little drop off here and there, but if it drops and keeps dropping for a period of time, we will not appreciate that. There's a game called Deep Rock Galactic, made by 10 people. 10 people made a game called Deep Rock Galactic. Very fun game. I love playing the hell out of it. Where you go onto a planet as a miner and mine stuff. And then gigantic swarms of bugs and monsters try to attack and kill you. And your job is to survive and meet your quota for your company and escape. That's made by 10 people. An indie company that's taking off like a rocket, who now has 35 people, but the quality is only increasing for the game. And that quality they must keep. It cannot drop. Though, but since it's an indie company, there is more leeway. And the number of people working on it is small. So we can wait for quality from them.
Climb and back and we'll be off. You'll want to watch yourself in Riften. A lot of ways to get yourself in trouble in that town.
I think it's the era, I think what's happened is the age of AAA is dying, and the age of indie is sprouting up more now than ever. Because indie game creators understand they must do and what a game actually is. They still uphold the old classical traditions of game must be fun overall. Mechanics must work. Mechanics must be fun within the game's fun. And the story must be decent to good. Or the narrative. Either through the world or the game telling you. But it must be there. How it looks? Not a big ass deal. It could look like polygons from Nintendo 64 era. And people will still like it because of good mechanics and good storytelling. Also, that is what single-player games have above PvP games. Multiplayer games do not have a very good story because you're just playing other people. So the mechanics of that game must be on point, and the game must flow very well from one fight to another without being too one-sided. How the game looks still doesn't matter. But how the game plays is more scrupuloused? What's the word I'm looking for? Well, people look at the game's mechanics overall when it comes to PvP and judge it based off that more than graphics.
Something troubling? Couldn't have done it better myself. Here's your coin.
Back with good news. Didn't muck it up, I hear. Good. Here's your share. Ready for some work? Okay, what'll it be? Someone with connections to our guild wants us to... Alright, take this and get out of here.
Might run. I could do that. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's White Room. Why do I see the arrows on my screen like that?
Need some gold. Great. What you want to do? Yeah, sure. Got a business on tap. Now that's what I like to hear. Off you go.
Okay, Windhelm. Perfect. That'll be the 5th one for Windhelm and the 4th one for White Rum. Yeah, it's the 5th one for Windhelm that I just got, so if I complete it, it should give me a special. Well, this doesn't help much. Let me complete this and see if it works. If it does work, then I know what I gotta do. If it doesn't, then I need to check it out and wonder if there's something there. It could be also that I clicked that certain speech option too. There's multiple factors. Boy, is it snowy.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off. Better bundle up. May keep up for a while.
My guy's like just standing there for armor. Oh yeah, it's cool. I don't know if I'll still be on because I might just stop So I want to see if this works. If it works, I'll call it a day. If it doesn't work, I gotta call it a day, then look into why this bug is happening. And it might not be the mod, because the mod is just the unofficial patch. Which has always worked before. And it also could be another thing about it. Yeah, I think it might be that I may have to just look into it. It might be the fact that I picked that conversation option when I loaded into the game from the crash, but it says I completed the Solitude special mission, and maybe if I clicked that, may have caused the bug too. There's a lot of things that could be going wrong here, and I gotta check. Damn, dude's got a master lock on this damned house? I mean, it is a store. Makes sense you would get the best goddamn lock you could possibly find. God damn it. Damn it. 5.5? No. 6, right? Yeah, okay, 6. High back and front. God, I know I'm old when I'm making dad jokes that are my grandpa's jokes. Oof. Yikes. So I never understood that one commercial that said you grow up to be your parents and that was a bad thing. I'm like, that's not truly a bad thing, because depending on your parents, sometimes it's good. Both sides, top, bottom, and center. Yeah, at least you get the joke. I say it, and then some people, I get the dumbest looks when I say it. And they're like, huh? I'm like, oh, for goodness sakes. Am I really that old? Though I gotta admit though, dad jokes are the safest jokes you can tell. And no one will get offended. For some reason. Because dad jokes are just stupid. But they're funny stupid. If a frog was so smart, it wouldn't bump its ass every time it hops. My grandpa had a saying he would say all the time when we did something stupid. He would say, that was as useful as a fart in a tornado. No, I heard my grandpa busted up laughing one time when my little brother was so smart. He thought, okay, I could crush this milk jug by just jumping on it, right? He didn't take the cap off, so guess what happened? The milk jug went flying and his ass hit the cement.
Where do you want to go?
And my grandpa was bent over, laughing his ass off so loud. I've never heard him laugh that loud a day in my life. But he was like holding his stomach laughing as my brother just flew up in the air. Milk jug flew at the wall. He hit the ground, hit in the back of his head. He sits back up and just, my world would say that they were dumber than a box of rocks. The problem is my grandpa would hear that and go, yeah, but a box of rocks is more useful. Oh, for God's sakes. Because my brother was supposed to crush the milk cart for for the garbage can so he could put it in there. But dumbass didn't take off the cap, so it didn't didn't give underneath his dumbass body weight when he jumped on it. He was so confident too. He went both legs in the air to stomp on it. Then he got up, took the lid off, and jumped on it to crush it correctly, then put the lid back on. My grandpa still laughed. He was laughing so hard, he laughed all day. He was laughing at that all day, and even till dinner time, he was eating and laughing about it. Just, I never knew the man could laugh for that long. Just if you see your friend say they're going to crush a milk jug and you see the cap is still on and you look at them, don't say anything and just watch the show about to unfold, because I swear you will laugh. My brother hit the cement because he was in the hangar where my grandpa kept the boat. So that was cement, solid cement he fell on. All because he acted cocky. I think what made my grandpa laugh is how cocky he was acting. And then karma just unloaded on his ass immediately after saying a statement like that. Karma's a bitch and she don't care what you say, but she's still gonna laugh at your misfortune anyway. You know it's true because it rhymed. Got that old saying, if it rhymes, it must be true. I'm like, what the? No. Well, the rhyme has to hold up for generations for it to be true. A rhyme that's brand new will not hold up. Okay, this should activate a new special.
Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red, who came riding to Whiterun from old Rorik's.
I wonder if anyone else couldn't stand kids of their own age growing up. I had to mature quickly as a child, because of hard times aged me rapidly mentally. I had to grasp the concept of death before I was 5. Hell, I had to grasp the concept of death immediately. But I had to mature quick. I had to get that through my skull that this was death and this is how it happens. And it's going to happen, sort of thing. But then I found kids my own age and I'm like, they're idiots. They're all freaking idiots. Oh, goody. Even the girls were dumb. Let's go make a flower crown next to a bee's nest. Do you not see what you're doing is stupid? Or very, very high risk for some dandelion crowns. Why didn't you make the crowns away from the bees? And the boys are over there trying to jump off a tipped car. Or trying to tip a car more than it was already tipped. I'm like, huh? But why? Why are they this stupid? I get wanting to do some stupid stuff that would be a lot safer. Like going down the slide head first. Not the end of the world. You'll eat some dirt when you hit the bottom. Because we had sand back then for our for safety. We had sand on the ground, which turned out to be a bad idea because of cats.
Well, you did the job and you did it clean. That's all we ever ask. Enjoy the gold.
Ah, you're back. This kind of work suits you. And it's going to end up making you rich. If you're looking at... I also suggest you spend some years... Would think it wasn't long before... By doing these extra jobs, and thanks to... If we gain the only way we get that special job is by doing smaller ones in those cities until we catch their ear. Then they'll contact me, and we're off.
That's the thing, though, dude. That's exactly what I've been doing. I have completed plenty of missions. I think I know what's the issue. But I'm just gonna call it a day and be done with it here. I believe I know what the issue is, and I'll have to fix that. Well, I can't really fix it. All I could do is turn off the game, go back into the game, do not select the special complete special mission for Solitude option on his what do you call it, list of conversations that he will offer me. I cannot click that. And then I will have to see if that fixes the issue. Or if I get back on, will he have a special mission for me ready? Because I've completed 5.
You gonna buy just what you see here?
But I think I know the issue. I'm pretty sure it's not the mod, because the mod is the unofficial patch. It's not a separate mod for the Thieves Guild at all. It's literally the unofficial patch, which is supposed to patch missions. And the Thieves Guild is one of the patches. And removing the patch won't solve it either. The unofficial patch, removing it might cause more issues than anything. So I'm just gonna have to be careful about that.
Come back when you're ready to spend more gold.
Azura's everything I've got on display, really. I really appreciate what you've done for me. I'll never forget it.
Welcome. Take a look.
So I'm gonna have to call it here, sadly.
Until next time.
But hey, I've had 2.5 hours of streaming, and plus that, more than that, since before the first crash, of course. It's 2:58, so I'm gonna have to start prepping dinner pretty soon. And then I have to cook it, because I cook for my family. Because my mom can't cook. I mean, she can kind of make food, but I saw her burn water, and she fails at making ramen. So I took over the cooking. For very obvious reasons. Didn't want the house to burn down. Then my mom's food may be edible, but doesn't mean it tasted good. She makes great deviled eggs, though. But you can't live off deviled eggs. By the way, you want to unlist it as your as a favorite when you put it into these chests, because it can cause a bug. So just be careful about that. Okay, bye everybody. Oh, that's right, I should probably talk to my wife.
Ah, it's my luck. The gold is flowing nicely. Here's your half.
She gives me $300 a day, or more, give or take.
Here, this is from a recipe my people have passed. Take a look.
See, because she has 750 on her, I could just sell her some stuff and get more money off her. She's a special type. She's a high-class merchant type character in the game that you kinda do want.
I'll be here if you need me, love.
And I found if you're gonna, if you want them to change clothing, since they're not companion, you're gonna have to put it in their items here, and they might put it on. Keyword, might. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I guess it depends on the clothes. But anyways, bye!